Hello everybody and welcome back to the video. As you can tell, I'm starting this video because this is all going to be on Charlie Black here. The idea is I'm going to be introducing him and the time period we are going to be working with. We are looking at the War of the American Revolution. Basically the Americans and the British. Um, we are going to be sticking ourselves to a 100-man regiment and a 2,000 pound price tag. So you can start yourself as early as you would like, and I will have further questions at the end of the video, and we will make this a part of these particular series. So with that being said, I will give you to Charlie, and I want as much detail as you can possibly give me about what you are going to do. Just tell me exactly who you are and what you're going to do.
All right, thank you so much, Brian. So, for this particular era of history, I have decided that I will place myself as a smuggler, a ship smuggler who will, in the 1768 to 1775, I will be smuggling tea and sugar through the American colonies to avoid the taxes that the British are trying to impose on the American colonists. And through that smuggling operation, before I can get caught, hopefully, I will buy land in northwestern Pennsylvania, which hopefully will be good farmland and will be most likely near the frontier. So when the American Revolution breaks out in 1775, I will, through local politics and hopefully through a lot of money I've made as a smuggler and the land I have obtained in Pennsylvania, I will raise a 100-man company for the Continental Army, not the militia, the Continental Army, which I will arm with Brown Bess muskets that the British use especially. So that is where I will gain my weapons from. I will have uniforms for my men. I will have their bayonets, their muskets, their powder, and unlike some people who are very interested in the militias with rifles or being part of the Continental Army with General Washington, I will not choose that. I will choose to have my company stay in northwestern Pennsylvania because I will not fight the British head on. I will fight their Indian allies, who would most likely be the Iroquois Confederacy. Not the whole Confederacy, but a large portion of them in northwestern Pennsylvania. And I will provide a soldierly backbone for the militia to use in any Indian raids that will happen, because historically they did happen in areas of New York and Pennsylvania. So I will provide a backbone for the militia forces in the area. And if things go historically, would most likely take part in Sullivan's expedition. So if you guys know what that is, please comment below. For those that don't, you can always ask. But that is what I plan to do. I plan to fight on the side of the Americans, obviously. And I believe, based off of what I'm saying, that my impact will be between green and very dark red. So that is what I think. So, Brian, you had some questions, correct?
Yep. All right, Charlie. I have a couple of questions for you, and these are going to be standard for each of the videos we do on this. And I have a question on would you be able to survive the war, and would you be able to integrate after the war?
So, surviving the war, that depends a lot on how fierce the fighting is amongst my men and the Native Americans, and if any British come to help them. Historically, the British were not very strong in those areas. They provided a lot of supplies to the Native Americans, and in some cases they provided American loyalists and some British regulars, but for the most part you were fighting Native Americans. So with 100 men under my command with muskets against the Native Americans, depending on how aggressively I decided to take them on, I believe it would be possible for me to survive the war. I believe that my integration back into society would be fairly easy due to my being a officer, being a landowner and being fairly well off as a former smuggler. I think that my chances of survival would be 65% to 75%. So that is what I think. I think I could integrate back into the, if there were no atrocities or not too many atrocities committed by my men or the Indians against my men, I think that I could integrate back and become a leader in local politics. So that is what I think. So I hope you guys will put in the comments below what you think and if you would change anything or would want to. So please give us your comments and let us know what you would rate from green, red, and black. So take care, my wolf pack.